Hello and welcome to the Isle of Dread for what will be our level 9 episode of Purple Dust Potions. Sitting here beneath the boughs of this enormous tree in the wilderness on a bright and sunny day. Actually, it looks a bit too sunny. That sun looks to be beating down. Okay, what do we have to tell for level 9? No changes to the gear. I could have I think I picked one up in a recent quest. I could have gone with there's a ring and necklace pairing, signet ring of the sky, and I think the necklace is something else of the sky, giving devotion, radiance, and nullification standard spell power, and the necklace gives insightful. So those are very nice. I think the necklace gives insightful spell focus mastery too. So those two for us would have been really good because devotion and nullification we are heavily invested into at the moment with our spell-like ability inflict serious wounds. Mass being the main source of our damage still. So we would have liked to boost negative damage. Unfortunately, that gear is on another character, and I'm not messing about swapping and changing. So we're going to make do as was. Still a fairly decent gear we've got on the character at the moment. The spell power is reasonable. The crit chances are okay. The defenses aren't terrible either. The PRR and MRR are okay. I've taken the second cause in the Reaper trees that we're invested in. That one in Grim is quite nice, +1 to all saves, 20 hit points. It's like a mini version of the one you get at 20, which is a really big deal. What else have we got? We took Spell Focus Conjuration to boost our spell DCs up a bit, so now anything conjuration which includes a lot of these offensive spells, it might be all of them, you can see we have saves pushing up towards the 40s on the higher end ones, so we're in a good place with those. That is one of the two new spells I've added on going up to 9. Caustic Overload. It looks like a better version, scaling higher and doing more damage of the solvent AoE thing we were using before. I swapped the solvent one out, given that we've got this better one now and it's on a short cooldown. I swapped it out for Flash Freeze, so we might give that a go. Obviously the DC on that is a bit less with it not being a conjuration one. I think I mentioned in previous episodes conjuration and transmutation are the two major ones for Alchemist. They might be the two only ones, I'm not sure. I think they're the two only ones you really want to invest in. Transmutation being all the crowd control-y stuff, the glue bomb, flash freeze, flesh to gold, all that kind of stuff. And the conjuration is all your offensive stuff. Enhancement tree-wise, continuing to go on up through the bombard tree. I touched on in the past that we would like to be in pyrite reaction, the orange reaction, as much as possible. And this is another reason why. This burning ambition we've got from the 4th tier, while our reaction is pyrite, our offensive spells will ignite enemies and give additional damage over time. We can get extra damage dice for that from investing in the cores of this tree, as it says there at the bottom. So we've got 2 extra dice with the 2 cores that we've got. I maxed out the 3rd spell-like ability, if you hadn't seen that already. So we've got 3, albeit low level, but fully maxed, so on a short cooldown and fully meted spell-like abilities to mop up anything that gets away from our big AoE attacks, or if I'm just feeling stingy. Yes, a word on the spell ingredients. I've never played a class that burns through spell ingredients quite like this one, so I definitely recommend adding the ingredients to your hotbar, and then you can see when you're running low on any particular one and just nip to the portable hole via a teleport scroll and replenish whatever needs to be stocked up. I think that's about it for the waffle. So the quest for today is spiders and flies. I have a love-hate, well, actually a hate-hate relationship with this quest because the etacaps in here really do hurt. I'm thinking mainly of the legendary ones. They smash my druid every time he tries to go and do this quest. So I'm expecting some pretty harsh treatment here. I've just noticed I've missed a spell. We've got Melt Lock now as well for opening any locks or doors that might need it. That's coming in place of... What did that replace? Oh, the Caustic Solvent. That was a level 2, yeah. So I could have left that, but I didn't see too much point because I'm thinking these two AoEs are going to pretty much mop up most stuff, and that's on such a short cooldown, the caustic thing. I thought maybe having 3 might be overkill, so I went for the utility of the Melt Lock instead. And I've forgotten that I've already done the buffs, okay. The boosts are on 4-5 now. Yeah, changing keys between quests is never a good idea.
The interior of this vast street is obviously inhabited, and the inhabitants are not pleased to see you.
So the only downside to the strategy at the moment, the big things, the glue bomb, the spell-like ability inflict serious, and the caustic overload, none of them are quickened because, to my mind, our mana pool just won't stretch to it. So we are a bit ponderous on the AoE front. You'll notice the difference between that and the quick fire spell-like abilities, which only hit one target. Let's show you that now. Oh, crikey. That's not good. Look at the damage they did.
Guards rush forward to stop your incursion.
I'm going to have to try and pay more attention to the reaction that we're in. So now we're in Pyrite, which is the one we want to be in. Every time we hit an opponent with a yellow or red spell, which is all our offensive spells, you'll see a sort of an outline around the opponent. Watch this one now. You see there the green outline? That's the Burning Ambition going off. And he would have taken damage over time if I'd have allowed it. There again. Yeah, and every now and again a bottle just mysteriously goes missing. A bit like with the ranged characters, I guess, with the arrows going missing. This is something I really need to pay attention to. See, we've got no reaction there, and I know that if I hit a yellow one, which would be that one, the corrode weapons, will spike a pyrite reaction. So if we do that, if we lead into this boss spider with that yellow attack and put some boosts on, it could benefit us. Okay. think we've cleared out most, if not all, of this room. This can be dicey, especially when you start upping the Reaper skulls. Those Etacaps firing down from above don't mess about, and there's a load coming from behind us now that are going to go into the end fight. That lot you end up fighting at the end, I think. Come on, Reaper. Reapers, plural. Oh. Now that's one of the advantages. I'd forgotten to note that down, but I have noticed it in previous quests. The bottle mechanic, as clunky as it can be, and as much as it causes problems sometimes hitting the ceiling, if I'd been a ranged character there, say, firing arrows, they would have gone into the dirt here. But the bottle arc sometimes allows you to go over things in the terrain and hit things you otherwise wouldn't have been able to do. So sometimes it can work for you. Taking a pummeling, aren't we, because of the slow speed of getting rid of things. Or maybe just my slow speed in general. Right, there's a couple in here. To remember where these pixies are now.
Beg you to free them from their bonds. The grateful pixies ask you to also free their tree friends, tropical birds, from the sound of it.
So far, so good. I think there's one down at the bottom, isn't there, we need to go to? Oh, 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 oh. Come on then, everybody. I don't think we got the big guy, did we? No. So he was hammering us as we were... Should I... Is that... what kind of a save is that? That's a reflex strength. And that is a fortitude. Maybe I should switch at this point. And try more with that one. Another advantage to using the flash freeze instead of the glue is that it's a yellow one, that one, so it will less often take us out of our pyrite state. The very big downside to using flash freeze or overusing it is that it costs a hell of a lot more mana. And look at that, we're nearly dead. Yeah, let's swap that back for now. So our somewhat ponderous approach in general is costing us dearly in terms of damage taken. But as we can see with the mana, putting Quicken on would not be justified at the moment, I don't think. I'm looking for another little area with pixies in. Always nice to one-shot an Etacap crown. Okay, I think they're in here along with a host of... Oh, is he coming out, that Reaper? Is he doing? Doesn't look like it, does it? Okay. Oh, dirty cheaters. Can we do that? I bet you we can't. Oh yes, we can. I wonder if we could have also smashed them up through the door without danger of, or too much danger of taking more hits. Okay. Right, just got to get to the end now. Now there is a shrine, isn't there, on the way here? Where is it? I think it's down here. Nope. Where am I going? I'm making a right balls of this. Okay. Is it down this way? Nope. Running out of places to explore. It must be this way then. I thought there was a shrine somewhere. We're not going to make it if we don't get a shrine. Oh, crikey. I think these are all going to flood the passage here. Let's try and back them all into each other. Oh, nice. That was just for once. Just for once. Nicely done.
Pathways converge in this chamber.
So
A
is there
draft
no
of
shrine
fresher
up this
comes
way?
from the lower path.
I could have sworn there was a shrine somewhere before we went down. I don't think there is there? And we never seem to be able to get a free heal outside of the Reaper nerf in this quest, which isn't helping. That's the shrine, is it? Down there? I think it is. I think we'd better take it before confronting all that rubbish. Last time we were in here, I totally wrongly engaged all that stuff and it just kept coming and yeah, didn't end well for us. Needless to say, the rest of the party were like shaking their heads at me. Okay, let's get some boost. I think that's an example of something somebody said to me recently. If you tab to a different target while your bottle is in flight, you can cause the bottle, even though you'd fired it on a something else, to change and hit another target, or maybe to if the target is already dead, to move on to a different target, something like that. Don't hurt me. Okay. My word, there's a lot there. I think we've got ticking damage, have we? One of the biggest things that's making me take a lot more damage than I should be doing is I seem to be incapable of firing and moving. So whenever I want to shoot, I'm standing still and therefore taking a lot of return fire from the opponents, which is much less than ideal. Get the old Hood of Unrest on. Put both boosts. Try and block up this area.
Thanks to your herald, the local pixies
Nice.
are now safer.
They died before we did.
None is truly safe on the Savage Isle. You found those responsible for capturing the pixies. Time to teach them a lesson.
So, damage output wise, we're in a reasonably good place. We can still do better defensively. We do have access to the displacement spell now, but I haven't yet put it on our bar. I think it would compete with these. Perhaps I should have it on instead of the melt lock. I think that's a definite yes, isn't it? Would make us quite a bit more survivable. I think that was a mistake, or even even instead of the greater heroism or the freezing ice that we're hardly ever using. In fact, I've just made the case that the three we actually have in there, we touched that one once, that one maybe twice, and this one never in the quest, where a displacement we would have made constant use of. The only downside to it is lasting less than a minute, and it would be another drain on an already fairly scarce spell point pool. But I could try and be a bit more disciplined about it and just hit it, like for the boss fight there at the end. It could have been very useful. Okay, I think we will leave it there. I don't think that was too terrible. In the hands of a better player, this would be rocking and rolling now. It's doing pretty well, even in my hands, so I think that tells you what you need to know about where we're at the moment. Thank you very much as always for looking, and I'll speak to you next time. Take care.